Why don't you just say it? Why don't you just say it right now on my stream, bro? Say the thing.
No, it's not one thing. I don't even think you know all that's happened about this drama. I guess I wanted to pose the question: do you think that Doomer Media could have a successful YouTube career?
No,
but I feel like it's
knockout. He keeps freaking out.
Oh, that was a pretty easy answer. Did you have anything else you wanted to say on the last subject?
No, I'm just a bit annoyed about the fact that it feels like you're sweeping a bit forward.
Hey, what's going on?
Nicholas, come to answer for your crimes.
I feel like I should provide some sort of clarification. So, in general, I would love to leak every single thing. If I could just sit here right now and have this discourse publicly, I would. 100%. The reality of the situation is it's not really my place to talk about that private stuff. There are other players involved. Outside of just notifying you that there was shit that goes on, because I think people should know that this is not entirely a content-based critique. That there is character being questioned here as well. So I tried to do that as best I could without delving into actual things. And if King of Nothing felt like, oh, I'd like to start talking about this publicly, I would like him to do that. You follow?
Right, so basically it's like you would consider better of his character if he just came forward and said, here's the stuff that happened behind the scenes, because it involves him and it's his personal stuff. And
yeah, it's so egregious and funny that realistically, it sucks that it feels like I'm having a backseat private drama right now that I'm watching. I think that everyone should be able to get the content.
Yeah, sure. So what do you think of this video?
I think the general video is good. I watched it with my jaw on the floor for the last 3/4 of it, I guess. But again, it wasn't really a secret that Tom went on stream and said that him and King of Nothing aren't friends anymore, right? That's not... Sure, I mean, I said some stuff privately, but he'd already said it by that point.
Yeah, I just thought it was, quite good that we managed to stitch some stuff together. Just shows that you really can't talk about anything. Ever, really, can you? Because people will notice.
Well, yeah, I mean, some of it's by design. I'm not even going to lie to you. Some of it's by design. I'm kind of glad that people pick up some shit. When it comes to, this drama, I'll tell you, it reminds me a lot of the initial technical situation where we're all sitting on Discord and we find out, hey, there's this weird video out. And we're like, oh, what the fuck is this? I remember it was me, Augie, and Boblax watching the Zero video on Discord. And we were like, oh, fuck, we have to do something about this. But we don't know what. Because we have to self-police this in some way. This is a friend of ours who's gone and made a horrible video. So we decided at that point to do a live stream that turned into a debate and turned into 3 months of conflict. In this case, it was me, Boblax, and a third party person who was sitting in a phone call, laughing, talking about random shit. And then the King of Nothing stream comes out. And I think Boblax said some shit at the time yeah, dude, Ethan Klein's spurring it out. And I was like, why? Oh, that's weird. Ethan's been pretty based recently. What's been going on? So we start watching the video and the call, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck? And it's going over, I think at this point, the only part of the video I had seen was it was the crypto. No, not the crypto. What was the other section? I forgot. I literally forgot the super egregious one. Was it the sponsorship?
NFT.
The NFT. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I'm running through. I'm like, dude, he doesn't even understand what a fucking NFT is. He doesn't understand cryptocurrency. I'm like, how stupid do you have to be? And Josh just hit me back with, well, Nick, I think X, Y, and Z. The other people in the call are like, oh, well, I think this is malicious, Nick. I think this is malicious. And I'm saying, well, is he retarded or is he malicious? There's no way you can, navigate to this position naturally. This is not something you could accidentally fall into. This guy's either really dumb or really malicious. And then Josh goes I understand why the video is bad. And I'm like, wait, what? You do? And then he tells me this personal thing behind the scenes. And I'm like, I guess he was having a hard time. I'll word it like that. Right? And it's that doesn't mean that the fucking 3 months it took to make this video makes sense, Josh. And he's like, no, I should have said that. He walked it back super hard. But that's how it's been portrayed to me is that throughout this whole thing is video's bad for every reason other than the fact that King of Nothing can't produce legitimate arguments. I've heard 150 excuses from friends of his to things he's written where it's just this guy literally can concede any argument except the ones in his video.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually been looking at some of this other stuff.
And that's why I'm frustrated, why he won't respond on Discord, why he won't talk about this publicly. He's just going to go on and make the next video, and he's going to walk off of this, despite the fact that he fucking slandered this guy for over an hour. It's every lol cow excuse. I told Josh that if he doesn't get his shit together, this guy's going to be a lol cow in 1 calendar year, so you should help your friend.
I mean, is Bo Black's really the best person to assist in that regard?
I think so. I think Josh has made plenty of mistakes on YouTube. And I think that King of Nothing is making a huge one right now. And he should just address these talking points and walk it off. Like, I don't understand. Like, you could sit here and make these documentary 1.5 hour videos on somebody, get pushed back one time, and you delete your whole Discord server? Really?
Yeah.
Why can't you just... Like, it's not even that, like, oh, okay, I made a bad video, I'll take it down. He doesn't want to take it down, but he also doesn't want to defend it. So he doesn't want to be a guy on social media. He just wants to make fun of other people and like seclude himself. We're getting a Vosh in commentary right now. That's what I see when I look at this guy. I see a guy going on a fortress arc to make video essays. It's weird. It's really weird when you're associated with something like that, because the same criticisms I have for Brianna Wu and Keffals and all that recent drama is that there's no self-policing. I think that self-policing is good. And I think that a huge stereotype for content like mine and content like yours, you've heard it when Dark Viper criticized you, is that we're just bad faith machines that produce conveyor belt style content of bad faith argumentation. And that's his video. His video perpetuates the stereotype that we're all just malicious bad faith actors who fucking harass people for money online, because that's what video he made. So it's important as a content creator to call that behavior out and to call out the excuses when they come.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because I mean, it's one thing to have an opinion that someone disagrees with about something, but when you're making like factual claims about someone that just aren't true and aren't based in evidence, I mean, it's crazy. Especially when you're supposed to be doing a big takedown video which demonstrates all the issues, you know?
The thing is, like, I'm witnessing shit that I think is career ending, and it's just not out there in the public. And it's unfortunate that he's smart enough to say this to people who won't leak it. And to be honest, if I really wanted to leak this and be the center of this drama, I'd have just accepted his Discord friend request, talked to him for 20 minutes, and dumped the logs.
Why don't you just say it? Why don't you just say it right now on my stream, bro?
Wait, what do you mean?
Say the thing!
No, it's not one thing. I don't even think you know all the shit that's happened about this drama. There's no like one singular
Nicholas,
issue.
I only know what you've told me, okay, and that's it. And I'm not saying anything after last time.
No, I'm saying, but there's like a lot of things here. There's been like and the video got some stuff wrong. There were plenty of interactions that happened that were worth talking about. I just wish he'd do it publicly.
Yeah, sure. What if he doesn't? What then?
Then he'll make his next video, and people realize that he's not good at making that one either. And they'll criticize him for that one. Eventually, he's gonna have to talk, dude.
I mean, you know, I've gone back. Queenman actually sent me some links to the True Geordie videos that he did, and they're shit.
Like, True Geordie ones.
He just complains about Islamophobia and stuff, which, you know, if you don't like Islamophobia...
Oh! Dude, Queenman sent me that clip too. He's like, you obviously have a Islamophobic bone in your body or some shit like that. Like, I saw the Keemstar clip from the Keemstar video, which, by the way, I have to defend Bo Blacks, despite the fact that people don't want me to do that. I have to, or it would like showcase a huge hypocrisy of my own, because there's a huge problem in commentary. We all don't watch each other's videos. It's not a secret. I rarely sit down and watch a chudlogic video. That's not because it's bad content. You're probably the only streamer I watch about 3/4 of your content while you're live. That's very rare for me.
Based.
So when Bo Blacks puts out Twitter verses, oftentimes I'm like, yeah, dude, that was great. I haven't watched a Twitter verses from Bo Blacks in 3 years. Okay? That's got to change. That is a culture that needs to stop. Okay? Everyone just wants to be nice to each other, who's friends with each other, and they all tell each other that they watch and really like their videos. So, like, if Bo Blacks tells me like 16 times that King of Nothing's video is good, I'm just assuming if he hasn't been blown out of the water for it yet, yeah, it's probably pretty good. I think I've gone on stream and said that his Keemstar video is like a highlight of his channel at some point. Like, I totally was fucking wrong about that. And we were caught Mama Maxing. This is the type of behavior that allows Mama Max to be a fake pedophile hunter for 3 years. So that's something that needs to change in this community. And that's what fosters these bad faith people or whatever.
Well, I think the biggest issue with the reading tweets thing is this defense of, oh, I just read tweets, when obviously the tweets you choose to read are going to paint a narrative, which your video is going to be, right? Like, obviously, you know,
Yeah,
but
but
then,
from Bulblax's perspective, his videos did worse when he put his opinion in. He used to try. So there was a time, and this is why I tell everyone who does YouTube, do what you want out of the gate. Do not fill a niche that you yourself can't see yourself doing long term. And I use Bulblax as the case in point example. Bulblax is the largest content creator aside from Turkey Tom in my general vicinity, but he filled the tweet reading niche, and for a long time he wanted to be known more than Bulblax, the tweet reading guy. So he's like, hey, I'm going to put some opinions in my content. Do you guys want to see opinions? And people said, no, I want you to put the tweets. You're an archive channel. I want to see the tweets.
Okay.
So Bulblax was now caught, right? He's a 300K YouTuber, and his views do worse when he puts his opinions in. So I'm sure for him, obviously he's picking and choosing what tweets to show, and obviously there's some sort of bias in it. I think he looks at it as like, yeah, his content's just fucking throwing tweets on the screen, because whenever he puts his opinion in, he gets fucking in trouble for it. That's why I'm so happy that he's doing his live streams, because he's kind of like broadened his personality, and he's now like he's now reaching people the way he wants to, and it seems like he's having a lot more fun on his streams now. So he's doing a bit of both, I guess, if that makes sense.
Well, the thing is, I don't even think you need to necessarily watch a video. You just need to not lie about it or be dishonest or act like you have seen it. Like the biggest example being during the Mama Max stuff, it turned out Nexpo hadn't even watched a video which he was endorsing and saying was correct. In
Worse,
yeah,
that's worse. When you're saying like, oh, I don't think don't lie about it. The reason why people are lying about it is to protect each other's feelings. Because when you get on stream with Toastify, right? Toastify is a good up and coming content creator. I've seen multiple videos he's made. But maybe I haven't seen the most recent video. Well, I know that 3 or 4 of his videos that I have watched are good, and I don't want to act like I'm not watching his channel because I want to support the guy. So if I say like, yeah, dude, I saw your new video, it was fucking fantastic or whatever, 9 times out of 10, it doesn't bite me. That still needs to change. People need to admit they don't watch videos. That's my position.
But I mean,
it's just like
you make it out like a massive problem, and I'm just like, yeah, I just haven't watched the video. I haven't got around to it yet, and I might not watch it.
Yeah, no, in my sector though, it is a massive problem because nobody does that. What you just said, nobody does that. Everyone lies.
Yeah, but it's so easy. Like, how is that such a difficult thing? What? Why?
I don't know. It just snapped one day. Like, fuck, dude. Yeah, I didn't watch your video. I don't care.
Dude,
I'm probably not gonna watch it.
Like, me and Toast, if I get on, if he came to me and said, "Did you watch my video?" I'm not going to be like, "Yeah, great video." I'll be like, "No, I haven't watched it yet." And,
no, I'm saying in the past I would have just said, "Yeah, great video."
Okay, it's like British Runner. British Runner has sent me stuff, and I've said like, "I'm probably not going to get to this because I've got other stuff. I'm not that interested," and it's fine. Like, it's not a big deal. So I don't know. I'm just a bit bemused by why this is such a thing.
Problem for me is I used to really love commentary. I used to watch it all the time. Now I watch Mauler. Now I watch EFAP highlights. I watch arcade videos. You know what I mean? So now I don't spend my time watching this content, and I don't want people to think that I don't like them. Because I used to watch all their shit. Now I don't. Like, I don't watch Turkey Tom's newer stuff. I started recently again. When I found out he's taken a more larger role in writing. But like, okay. I'm close friends with Tom. I don't know.
Okay, well, listen, everyone out there, okay, find the bravery within yourself to say you haven't watched the video, and maybe even that you're not interested in it, okay? You can do it. I believe in you.
Why I had to defend Muda so hard? I mean, they literally gaslit everyone into thinking that this guy hunted pedophiles well.
Okay,
not Mudahara, Mama Max, but Mudahara is the person, right?
Yeah. I mean, speaking of that, what do you think of the new Keffals drama that's popped off?
Wait, there's another new Keffals drama?
Well, just broadly, what's happening at the moment?
Are you talking about like the Demon Mama response, or just the general drama?
Wait, in fact, that's the most recent thing. Let's get your take on that. Demon Mama's new video, new commentary on it. What do you think?
I think it's important to point out that like this is a good step forward for that community, because if you just sit here and go, Demon Mama's only doing this because it has a huge negative public connotation, then you don't incentivize other people to disavow people in their community, which I think is kind of bad. I probably agree with all the criticisms you have of Demon Mama, but I feel like first and foremost, it's important to point out, like, thank you for not being as fucking terrible as everyone else in your community.
Quite a low bar, though, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, I mean, it is a low bar because a lot of these people knew this stuff for a really long time. Then again, my whole pitch is that drama isn't just who makes the best video; it's who posts it at the right time. And now is the time to dogpile Keffals. So thanks for doing it at the right time, I guess. It's the nicest thing
Yeah,
I could
no, I
say.
mean, the thing is like, for me, I look at it as like a sort of pragmatic thing, you know. Oh, there's now infighting, and maybe something will happen off the back of that. But
You ever watch one of those false rape allegation things? I always remember I'm Alex, but you're not familiar with that one.
right,
It's like, apologize to this guy, apologize to that guy. Okay, fine, I'm sorry. Fuck you. You only apologize because I told you to. Oh, okay. So you guys just want content. You know, that's how it usually works in these situations. It's like, I need you to make a statement. Fine, I'll make a statement. Ah, look who's making a statement. You know, at some point, that's kind of like you're eating each other for no reason. You don't actually want them to
yeah.
make a
Well,
statement. You want them to publicly execute their credibility.
the thing is, though, one thing that I think is worth noting is I don't think the Demon Mama called out Keffals because of the Mutar video. I think specifically it was about that Staroxphia thread. And that's why Demon Mama decided to call out Keffals, because a trans had said it. But then again, that person probably only came out because Mutar came up with this video, right?
I think Mutahar came into chat and Demon Mama was pretty receptive to that. I was watching that part like late into the 4-hour VOD last night. So she's like, fucking, he was in the chat. It's cool that he stopped over to say hi. I hope that he understands my criticisms or whatever and where they came from. Like, I don't know. She gave
the
like
criticisms were probably like, oh, we had to go at DIY HRT, and I actually think DIY HRT is good. Did you see that bit where fucking the Starvoxia person came into the chat and Demon Mama mentioned DIY HRT, and the Starvoxia person shut them down and was like, don't talk about that, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about
I don't
that?
really know if I want to hear about DIY HRT from Demon Mama. I think there's a few debates that say she's not the best credible source on that
of course.
subject either.
I agree, and I said as much about the bathtub fucking insulin shit. Okay? But the point is, I think that there's an effort from that community to, you know, keep it quiet, let's keep it on the down low, let's not get any more attention on that, you know? And I think that's
they're prioritizing the scam. We're talking about the scam and the fact that there was behavior tantamount to child grooming occurring in that Discord server. I feel like that's like a pretty safe way to say it, right? Would you agree?
Sure, but then
I don't think that there was anyone grooming them sexually. I think they were grooming them to transition and do things to their body that not necessarily
the only point I'm making
with
is
the support of doctors.
No. The only point I'm making is it's great that they're talking about the 100K thing. Obviously, that's a step forward. But like, the thing I said earlier is don't think these people are like your allies. They're not your fucking allies.
No,
okay?
no.
Right? They're like fair weather
they're
allies for this
Keffals'
one
enemies
thing
today, and that's good enough for me.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
It's like the Brianna Wu thing. Everyone wants to talk about the Brianna Wu thing, but fuck, dude. What's the worst thing that happens if I get played by Brianna Wu? Genuinely. When I spoke to her, if I come away thinking, this was a great fucking statement, what's the worst thing? I reap all the rewards. It sucks for Keffals regardless. If Brianna Wu goes up there and makes a fool out of herself, but everyone thinks she looks like a fucking idiot, still makes Keffals look bad. If Brianna Wu comes out there, condemns Keffals, says all the right things and doesn't mean it, it still makes Keffals look bad. Either way, I win. Who cares? Oh, I mean, wow,
that's fine. That's fine to have that as like, okay, well, I'm winning out of this anyway, as long as people recognize that, you know, Brianna Wu is a fucking snake, and these people would still support transing your kids if they could fucking, you know, whatever, right? As long as you accept that, that's
people
fine.
Were good people. They would have called this out before when Destiny put out his manifesto. You know what I mean? But like, oh, it wasn't optical to come forward at that point, which would have been the time to come forward, would have been the time to criticize this stuff because it was super topical. But they waited till Mutahar made his video. Okay, well, I'm glad you eventually came around, right? But like, yeah, I don't know.
I think Stylo has got a good point in chat here. Letting Wu use you as a gateway to your community is the worst thing that could happen. And
why? My community fucking hates Brianna Wu.
No, sure, but
I've been talking shit about her for years.
It's not even, it's not even about. There's this kind of dynamic that I see myself, and it's like almost like people are trying to desperately clasp onto a ship as it fucking drives away. And I guess I'm just a bit concerned about that aspect of it, right? And I just want people to know them. I want people to know who they are for who they are, and not think, oh, the person is based on this point, so therefore, you know, they're based on other things, and I should see them as a good person, or as a person I should look up to or should follow or something.
But your glass half empty. Mine is, hey, I don't agree with 99% of the shit that this person says, but this is a pretty solid take, and I think it's worth signal boosting so we can have some positive reinforcement. Otherwise, we're just negative, and nobody ever wants to listen to anything we have to say. If you can't concede the smallest point or whatever, then it's not really like everyone just looks at you like you're just a contrarian. That's how I try to carry myself.
Yeah. I do understand this. Like, obviously, if you are constantly embattled and antagonistic and anti everyone, like you need to give some ground sometimes, which is fine.
Dude,
but I think we do need people.
Pedophile. I think it's worth pointing out when they do something good.
I mean, sure, yeah. I don't know. I just, I'm quite guarded about certain people, and I'm just a bit, a bit cautious about giving them any sort of ground because I know what they're like and I know how that might benefit them long term. But and I just hate this idea that you can just jump off the train at the last moment and then get any sort of praise for it. Cause it's like,
wait until the last possible moment. Tommy jumped off the train on Flamenco. I didn't hold it against him. He was in calls trying to tell this guy 6 months after the drama, like, dude, you just got to calm down. And one day he woke up and said, this guy's not fucking salvageable, whatever. I didn't say like, oh, Tommy, last guy off the train, dude. Wow, you just barely missed going to fucking Auschwitz, Tommy. What the fuck? Yeah. I don't know. I'm just happy that he came to his senses on that.
Sure. I mean, I don't know. I just be cautious, I guess is all I'm saying. Like, see people for who they are. Don't let them pull the wool over your eyes. Don't let people, act like they're good on this one thing. So there's a whole bunch of other stuff you should be on board with them with.
It is a means to an end.
Like for example,
I see Brianna Wu makes her statement. If she doesn't make her statement, the Young Turks don't post that retraction. And that retraction is really fucking damning on Keffals. So if Brianna Wu gives us nothing, she's given us the TYT statement, which was invoked by Tipster when she was comparing fucking Keffals to the Brianna's Anna Kasparian arc, which triggered Brianna Wu into going on stream, which ended up ultimately contributing, in my opinion, to the TYT segment. I literally think that all starts with Tipster.
Sorry, I just got a super chat from Tommy. What? Okay, Tommy, I don't know. Okay. Dude, you put me off a fucking train of thought there for a moment, okay? No, I don't know. Look. I just hate this idea that someone can jump off at the last minute and get like praised for it. I think a begrudging nod of like, okay, well that's going to benefit me in some way is fine. But like, there's tweets of like Brianna Wu defending Keffals like to an insane fucking degree. There's Demon Mama has backed Keffals to the hill for fucking ages.
I think my first tweet when this all broke was Brianna Wu saying, "I don't feel scammed," and I wrote like, "Do you feel scammed now?" But like, I don't know. Brianna Wu is the one that rebuilt the Destiny and Keffals bridge that Keffals was happy to burn. But again, I have to have some sympathy for Brianna. I understand that the audience doesn't. But it's really funny to watch Keffals sitting there plotting in November, saying that me and Zan should turn on Brianna, and then watch Brianna defend Tipster for like the next calendar year and defend Keffals for like the next calendar year, and only find out later that the Den of Snakes decided she was off the boat a whole year
down the
prior.
video on
That's pretty funny because
I pressed the wrong button. I tried to pause you and it didn't work, so I'm an idiot. It's getting late. Okay, what about stuff like this though? Okay, an associate has sent me this. Keffals, I donated to your fund and I give you permission to spend all the money on cocaine. Like,
what did Brianna say that?
Yes. So just to be clear,
insane.
So you accept that Brianna Wu is doing this only as a purely political, self-interested move and doesn't genuinely care about this. You agree with that, right?
I mean, if you've talked to Queeman for 5 minutes, he's already sent you the screenshot where Brianna Wu is saying that, like, listen, I've been trying to push these ideas for years. I can't do it anymore. I need to befriend people with different voices and convince them that I'm cooler with them so that I can actually get into a position of power and produce my real arguments in front of everybody. That's kind of what she says, right? She's pretty transparent about it. She's only telling you what you want to hear. Yeah.
Well, sure, but then I just guess be more... Well, maybe I'm speaking to the wrong person because it doesn't seem like you're going to become fucking Brianna Wu stan all of a sudden. But I don't know. I just find it very unnerving when these people who have given such...
I think she'll block me in like a month. I think we'll get into one argument and she'll block me.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Well, then just don't bother. Just leave it at that then. I mean, do what you want, obviously. But yeah, it just seems like you're leaving the door open to someone who's got these kind of machinations. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I kind of agree with you. It's funny. I saw like the Jesse Gender stuff, and that like immediately was like war the next day after the stream. Were you following any of that?
Yeah, I mean, again,
like,
that comes across to me like another political move. Oh, I've got a bit of heat for this. I'm going to come out against Jesse Gender, a controversial left-wing YouTuber, in order to try and garner more support for myself. It came across as very fucking transparent and very self-interested. That was my take on it.
I think part of this is that I don't have any. So my take on trans issues is that I don't care. This is the take I gave about a year ago, and I've kind of maintained it. I don't know like a single trans person in real life that I interact with on a week-to-week basis. So trans issues aren't really important to me. I really have no stake in this fight. If Brianna Wu wants to go to war with a bunch of creators that I don't like, that might be pretty funny to watch. So let her go. Swear in. Go get him. You know, let's see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine if
it's just content at the end of the day, you know.
Yeah, sure.
Like, I don't like that. I think that Jesse Gender person's really annoying. It was kind of sad that fight ended so quickly. I was hoping people would start like drawing blood.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it is entertaining to watch people go at each other, but I feel like, you know, I try and keep some distance from people that I feel are very kind of like politically minded or motivated or kind of nefarious in that way. I'm just not a fan personally. But hey,
Doomer is in Wu Buck debt. What does that mean? Does Doomer owe Brianna money too?
I don't know. I thought it was just that one. What's his name? That fucking. What's he called?
Dude, I haven't talked about this on stream because I'm still kind of cool with this guy. But like, do you think that Doomer Media? Oh, this is like a whole question. I don't know how long. It's already 4:00. This is probably another topic for another day. I guess I wanted to pose the question: do you think that Doomer Media could have a successful YouTube career?
No, he's like a fucking lolcow who keeps freaking out.
Oh, that was a pretty easy answer.
Yeah,
I genuinely like. I was talking to people about this because I had just recently found the EFAP video. The famous like debate.
Yeah, the fucking debate about cutscenes.
I've been playing video games for 30 years. That one. And it's like, if you compare him 2 years ago in his EFAP debate and then his chat with Queeman when he's hitting like peak volume and stuff like that, it sounds very similar. So like Willie's talking to me about it. And he goes like, you know, I think this is good experience. And it's like, you know, he's been here for like 3 years, right? How much experience do you need before you start to realize like, hey, maybe I shouldn't get on Discord and debate 2 years ago EFAP drama with random chatters. Hey, maybe I should stop talking.
He's got the fucking lolcow gene.
I think he does. And it's a shame because he's like a really talented content creator.
But the thing is, I don't know what this has got to do with what I was saying to you. Like,
not really. I just was wondering what your thoughts were on it.
I think he's a fucking.
I thought we were done.
Who needs to fucking, you know, stop engaging with people. Like, why? I just don't understand why you would, you know, like, listen, I fucking love Queeman. Okay, Queeman's a fucking legend as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, I just don't understand why you'd step into the ring with him. On this.
Did I cut you off because I didn't realize that? Did you have anything else you wanted to say on the last subject?
No, I'm just a bit annoyed about the fact that it feels like you're sweeping a bit for Wu.
The problem is like I don't know enough about Brianna Wu to sweep. I just think that like what happened in this past week was really good. From there, I have no commitments to any position. I can't sit here and say that like, yeah, I'm going to totally defend Brianna Wu because I probably won't. I can't say that I'm going to be friends with Brianna Wu because I probably won't. I just like what happened here because it hurt Keffals. And it was true. It's not like Brianna Wu got on stream.
So you are very much like a, you know, an enemy of my enemy is my friend type position.
If and only if the things the person is saying are correct. I don't care if they mean them, but like they're correct. And now there's an entire audience of people that have seen Keffals condemned by Brianna Wu using all the correct arguments. And yeah, I don't really care. Thanks for giving us that. If you snaked me, you snaked me. That's fine. You did a bunch of damage to Keffals in the process. I don't give a fuck.
Okay. Well, on the kind of that topic, I guess, what do you make of these people that are saying, like, for example, car posting? I don't know, you probably don't know who that is. Some fucking breadtube retard guy, okay? He claimed that the video was a nothing burger and that nothing's going to happen. And then he
isn't that the guy who made the really good video on that one YouTuber? The one, like, super autistic guy?
Alec Gunter.
The Alec Gunter video, that guy was a legend in that one video. He's okay. We're doing it. We're doing it again. I really like his video on Alec Gunter, but he seems like a total dumbass. But I mean, I'm glad he made the video on Alec Gunter. Do you see this?
Actually,
do you understand my perspective now?
Yeah,
This is another example.
Okay.
I thought his video on Alec Gunter was really funny.
I don't see
I'd
car
love to watch
posting
that
as
stream.
okay, but car posting is just some autistic fucking Australian dude who I don't think has got
make
any.
content.
He's very harmless to me. Like he's just a fucking random guy. He's got this. He made a retarded video about the Keffals thing to sweep for a trans person because he's a lefty.
Yeah, but you say he's like, but dude, he made a video sweeping for Keffals, and Keffals is like a.
But he's got no influence. He's a fucking nobody. He's a literal humegalo.
Wait, I'm sorry. I don't just critique people who have influence. I critique small YouTubers and stupid chatters all the time. You know what I mean? Like I've gotten into war with people. But I'm not
going to pay the same heed to the guy because he's like, okay, he fucking made a stupid video and then has walked it back in this comment, and that's it. Like, yeah, he's a retard for saying that. End of discussion.
Oh wait, has he walked it back?
No. Sorry, when walk it back, what I mean is, I should clarify.
Yeah.
He has kind of switched a bit. Like it was clear to me in the original video, like he was just sweeping and trying to, clearly he's never, to my knowledge, spoken about Keffals, spoken about any of Keffals controversies. Then all of a sudden releases a video and it's like, oh, this is a nothing burger. But then when he explains what he means, he's like, well, this video isn't going to lead to Keffals being investigated by the federal authorities of Canada or being completely deplatformed. And it's like, this is what I'm trying to get at, is some people are setting the standards so high on what needs to happen to Keffals to be like impossible to reach without a fucking miracle, right? Because, I don't think Keffals is going to get investigated by the police. I don't think that Keffals is going to be deplatformed. But to me, like an entry on the Wikipedia page is something. It's better than nothing, and it's
any mainstream coverage from here on out is just non-existent. Even if they don't come out and after TYT, I don't think she gets a positive article either. I don't think that means that people are going to start coming out and disavowing her, but I think that now everyone kind of knows, it has gone mainstream. People who didn't know who Keffals was before. Like, I hate the criticism, dude, where people are like, oh, this video added nothing. We all knew this. Did you watch Destiny's Manifesto? Brianna Wu said something like that in the conversation. And it's like, yes, that's fantastic. Someone who sat down and watched a 6-hour stream or read 60 pages of Kiwi Farms knows exactly what was in that video. That being said, at least 800,000 people who didn't do those things now knows who Keffals is, and it's now mainstream. Mudahar's video is the single most important piece of information that has come out on Keffals probably in the last 3 years. Or I guess ever, because now it's a topic that the general audience understands, not just like terminally online lefties or Kiwi farmers.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I agree. I just think that it's just another way of kind of sweeping for Keffals' actions by pointing the finger at Mutahar and going, from a lefty perspective at least, oh, this is nothing.
Well, you say this is a low bar, okay? You say this is a low bar when I talk about Demon Mama. And when I talk about Brianna Wu, you say it's a low bar to clear. There is no bar. This community does no self-policing. Okay. They would rather find, like, if there was a pedophile in this community, they will sweep it under the rug before they criticize them openly. Every criticism of Keffals that I've seen from people like Demon Mama is laced in, hey guys, I hope that people still donate to GoFundMes because this is the 1% scenario. This is not the majority of GoFundMes. Keffals is the bad faith actor who's a needle in a haystack. It's like, no, she's really not. But I guess no one's ready to have that conversation yet. The bar to criticize Keffals, who had weird interactions with minors, who promoted weird interactions with minors on her stream, and scammed $100,000 from an audience that desperately needs fucking charity money, should be the easiest W. But I can count on my fingers how many people from that community took that opportunity to get that W. So yes, do you think that these people are all perfect? Do I think that Demon Mama is my new best friend? Do I think I'm going to promote their content to my fucking audience? Probably not. Probably not. That goes the same for Brianna Wu. But I think it's worthy. I think it's worth pointing out, hey, thank you for doing the fucking bare minimum and maybe not saying it that mean. So in the future, maybe they've gotten enough support on that they feel compelled to actually be better people.
Okay, I mean, that isn't, that's fine. For me, I just see some people and it's like, they're acting like this is like fucking some insane thing that they've done. And it's like, yeah, I think we agree. There is no bar, so doing anything is better than doing nothing. And
I guess I had to clarify that because it's like, this is an extremely low bar, but they cleared it. They fucking definitely cleared it. It's just not really that high of a bar.
And bear in mind, well, maybe more Demon Mama in this case than Woo, because I think Woo's was back off the back of the Mutar video, but Demon Mama seemingly only came forward when a trans person said it.
Yeah, and I had a conversation with Cherry last night. I'm not going to divulge what I said, but they just like thanked me for putting something in chat saying like Cherry did nothing wrong.
Oh, big trans are cutting us off.
I think it's Cherry Xanderhall's editor. I heard the beginning of the stream. I understand that the chat doesn't know who Cherry is. Cherry Xanderhall editor. Okay.
They all know they're just winding us up. Okay.
People calling Cherry a clout chaser just don't have the full understanding of the topic, because this literally caused Cherry more problems than any. I think when you see stuff like this, maybe other people would disagree with me. I think, and my own personal policy is, you probably should be publishing this. I don't care if it's your friend. You probably should be telling people that your friend's like a schizo doxer who lied about the GoFundMe money, right? Like, if you know about those two things, you should have an obligation to come forward about them. Now, Cherry ended up getting cold feet and burned the entire Xanderhall bridge or whatever. Someone who paid them, someone who was a close friend of them. If Cherry was a clout chaser, they'd have just sent Xanderhall the screenshots when he begged for them in December, and this drama would have happened 6 months earlier. So I see a lot of this stuff right now as like an opportunity to oust that person from the space and push them away from their other friends, which I appreciate Demon Mama defending Cherry in some regard last night. Because, I mean, this person took a huge risk by talking to me. And I, again, feel like I need to say this stuff publicly because their own friends aren't really defending them. Tipster has created some gay, like literally gay, some really gay bullshit rumor about how his his sexuality was ousted to get Cherry out of the community. Do you know how I found out about this?
Wow.
I could probably send you the message, but Cherry wrote me and goes, "Hey, Nick, what the fuck happened?" And I got like this message that says, I can't imagine that I'm gonna have a problem saying this. Where is it? Here. You were banned from Vosh's private Discord server. Reason: leaked DMs that led to outing a queer YouTuber by drama YouTubers is not acceptable behavior.
Oh shit.
So Cherry reaches out to me and goes, "When the fuck did we do that?" And was like scrolling through our logs, saying like, "Who could we possibly have outed? Who, like, what are you talking about?" And I go, "Cherry, you're thinking too hard about this." They're like, "Wait, what?" And I go, "It's Tipster." And we're like, "No! Wait a minute!" And I go to Twitter, and this person's already tweeted that we outed fucking Tipster's sexuality. That's a whole gay op, dude. Tipster was in Keffals' Discord server talking to his fucking 400 closest friends and family about being pansexual since fucking January. As much as I would like to say that Tipster's friend leaked his sexuality because they were afraid of me, they actually did this to damage Cherry and retaliate. So that creepy weird person who keeps defending Keffals on Twitter and Tipster and all these creepy weird people who are defending creepy weird people, they're doing this now because like you're reading these messages, it's like Cherry is a person who can't be trusted because they leaked DMs to drama YouTubers. It's like, yeah, but those leaked DMs were like, your friend stole $100,000. This is it's retaliatory. It's I need to get rid of this person because they have way too good of morals to hang out in a community of like ours that make excuses for actions tantamount to child grooming. So you want to say that I'm doing gay ops? That's gay ops.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, it's funny how these
literal
people...
gay ops. It's pan ops. Sorry.
I mean, to be fair, we've moved on to the right topic here because how could I possibly speak to you without talking about Tipster, eh?
Yeah.
So
I tweeted out making a joke. It's like, what did he expect me to do? Get on stream and make a fat joke? He woke up the next morning, immediately tweeted, "Yes, I do like bread," and posted a bunch of rolls on his Twitter. I'm like, I guess that was what he wanted. Shit. Oh, nice.
So what do you make of this HRT dream then? Now we can speak about it publicly.
It's so funny, dude. Knowing, right, that you and me were having that conversation, and you were reading the screenshot in person, and you couldn't tell the chat what it was, and someone on Tipster's team was like, "They know you're pansexual." That's so fucking funny, and all it is Tipster being like, "Hey, I'm just like you. In fact, when I close my eyes, I can see myself injecting that little box of Lolicon that Keffals sells on her website. Like,
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's so funny
funny.
how to come out about your sexuality because you want to fit in better with the people that you're around.
Tipster's
Because
always been a world class follower. There's a Deadpool on his penis that like within the next calendar year he's gonna chop it off. And like if I think if he does that, it'll literally like Tommy calls me and goes, "This guy is unhinged," and I go, "I agree with you, but like think about it in these terms. Keffals came to Turkey Tom and tried to make peace. Tom called me and said, "Look at this dumb shit. Don't fall for this." Keffals reached out to me saying like the same type of stuff, same type of behavior, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not. No, get away from me. She like asked me if I wanted to play Fortnite with her on stream or something, right? Real weird behavior. She reached out to Bo Blacks and sent like a titty jiggling video because I guess Bo Blacks was autistic and like Sonic, right? And like Bo Blacks is like, no, this is kind of weird. Please leave me alone. She did this with Augie. Tried to befriend Augie privately. Augie's like, you're a pedophile. I don't know if he said that, but that sounds like what Augie would say, given the conversations I've had with him, right? But she got Tipster. She was running an op to try to befriend anyone in the commentary community. She's Neo Xanderhal. She was trying to infiltrate the commentary community, and she lured in Tipster. And people keep saying, Keffals is a groomer, Keffals is a groomer, Keffals is a pedo, Keffals is going to take your children. Keffals literally went on Twitter saying that Keffals is going to trans your children. Well, she got Tipster, the biggest child I know. Tipster has been groomed, folks. It happened here. Tipster's a giant child, and he got corrupted. We have proof, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah, no, it's dude, it's you know, I've gone from you know, not really understanding the tipster stuff to now being a full tip tent acolyte. So I've definitely I think I
Dude,
didn't understand the depths of it, right? I just thought it was just kind of a bit of a fucking retard stepping into rakes. But then you see
everyone
the full
starts off by
extent of
going,
it.
these people are fucking crazy. They're going way too hard. And then they start watching Tipster for a month and they go, I want to make a stream on this guy. This sounds fun as hell. This guy's crazy. Like Tipster's like, these people are so toxic, goes to another community, and then his first trans mod doxes him. and reveals all of his information. Like all of his like his new friends that he made, they reach out to me to give me dirt on him. And now he can't even look at his own friends in the eye over Discord VC because he has no friends in real life. He wouldn't even meet us in fucking VidCon when we knew him and we're friendly. But like he looks across the fucking room at Discord VC and goes, I don't know if you're talking to Nick. And that's winning. That's what winning is. Not knowing if he could confide to anyone in the future because everyone who talks to me agrees with me that he sucks. And it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, well, the thing is as well is like there's that aspect, but also where's he going to go now? He's I think friends with Demon and Keffals. He's probably going to still sub at Keffals, but there's like complete torment within the community now with I guess everyone, you know, Demon was. Although we look at Demon Mama as like, who the fuck is Demon Mama, right? But Demon Mama is influential within the trans lefty space. People look up to
Demon
Demon
Mama
Mama.
streamed to 1,000 people 4 hours into her stream last night. If you discount
Yeah.
Demon Mama, you're wrong.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
and that's the other thing that people don't want to say. Yeah, oh, she didn't say all the right things. But yeah, but she told 1,000 trans people. How many of your viewers were watching that stream? I don't think that many. She told 1,000 trans people that Keffals is out of the house. There's value to that.
Well, the thing is, anyone that would have watched my stream that maybe even hate watch would agree with that anyway. So there's definitely people who would otherwise not be influenced that would be influenced by that. So yeah, I mean that's pretty crazy turn of events, considering that none of this would have happened, you know, a month ago or whenever. I mean, it didn't happen a month ago. Even when Muhar's videos being teased, none of this fucking happened. No one said any of this shit.
You know what's going to happen? I'll tell you what's going to happen, because Tipster's a snaky little piece of shit. He'll say that everyone's bullying him and have a whole Discord server dedicated to downloading shit from people who hate us, right? So this is the type of person who's probably going around right now saying that Demon Mama's a huge fucking scumbag. And then in 1 calendar year, the next time Demon Mama gets outed, Tipster's going to make some like real stupid tweet being like, yeah, you saw this one coming for a while. She was really pushing that right-wing agenda or something like that. You're going to get like a vague tweet about that, similar to what happened to Brianna, because I saw what they did to Brianna this year. They're going to do that to Demon Mama next year.
Damn.
Little passive-aggressive tweet.
I think so.
Just to pile on, just to do a little bit of damage. Yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off
That's the only
this?
power he has
I sent
left
you
over
something
people
you
in
can
that
play the
community.
first minute of if you would like.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the whole point of the toxicity thing is funny because yeah, he's kind of now in this community and it's all torn to shreds. Everyone's fucking at each other's throats. Yeah, the discourse must be going crazy over there.
Were you surprised Tipster was pansexual?
Well, my take on it was this: if you were like single and you're expressing your sexuality in some way, so be it, right? But it just seems so odd to me that you would be in a happy marriage and then all of a sudden talk about being pansexual when it's like, okay, that's fine, but surely you keep that more discreet because you'd want to be, you know, in your relationship with your wife and not fucking open it up like that. I don't know. It seems kind of crazy.
And everyone realizes that he doesn't do that. That, like, you know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know, bro. His pronouns are any/all. He just wants to fuck anybody that can get to him. All right, but he does it via Discord. And like, now here's the thing, right? Did you ever hear about the drama with the OnlyFans model?
No.
So Tipster received a lewd photograph from an OnlyFans model, and the OnlyFans model said, like, occasionally I send stuff to Tipster to see like what my audience might like.
Yeah.
So like even Tipster's own friends think he's just like a horny animal that would be like comparable to an average OnlyFans viewer. So they're using him for free samples. Just like he's a you know, like it's when they send video games to a testing facility so they can have like feedback, or they have people watch movies to think like what the general audience is going to think about it. Tipster was like a test bed for fucking porn, right? Because everyone just knows he's like a horny animal. He's like the anime archetype of Master Roshi, except he's only in his 30s. He probably won't make it to his like 45, right? But he's like got the super horny anime adult thing down, which I guess makes sense. When it comes to this whole thing, I think this is just obvious. This guy literally ran through every woman in the community and flirted, like, and sent like weird flirtatious messages with them, or tried to follow them 100 times, or genuinely just fucking creep people out and stuff like that. Then he went through all the trans people he could find, and now he's on to men. It's just the natural course. You know what I mean? We're run from goth mommies to goth. I don't know if I could say that word on stream, but I think you can see what rhymes with mommy. And then now we're on goth daddies, right? It's just where we were. That's where we were headed.
What do you think the future holds for Tipster?
Death.
What? Jeez, what the fuck? Bro.
Well,
You really don't like the guy, do you, eh? What's that about?
Every time he streams about HRT, the percentage goes up a little bit higher.
Right, okay.
You get the joke? Did you get it? That's a joke.
Yeah,
you got it? All right, just making sure you got it. Chat, did you get it? No, I think he's just going to be gay and he's going to get offline eventually. Eventually, he's going to get offline, surely. Right? His channel's dead. His career is over.
Yeah, I saw fans asking why he deleted his fucking channel, and he's like, "I didn't delete my channel because you can't find it anymore by searching."
Yeah, when you wipe 3/4 of your videos, you're done. He hides on Twitch, so Bo Blacks can't react to him on stream anymore.
Jesus Christ!
Because Twitch is the only site that prevents you from watching. Like, you have to go incognito and watch ads. So he can actively make it more difficult to stream him or whatever. He has to realize, like, he literally died on Lolly Hill. His career was over in February. Every moment that he stands, he's a ghost.
Damn. So there's no way back.
No, there's no way back. Sure, I mean, dude, every single thing that Keffals has done, Tipster's been like, Tipster's going to get Geneva conventioned if this all gets done. You understand? He's going to have to stand on trial for all the shit he's defended over the last 2 years. And even if he came out today and tried to fix that situation, he wouldn't survive the Geneva Convention.
I mean, the Nuremberg trials.
Nuremberg trial, yeah.
Okay. Oh, they won't be able to hang him, would they? Anyway, what's going on now? Is that it? Was there anything else you want to add? For some reason, your voice isn't coming through.
Is the stream still up?
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, you're still here. You're still live.
I hear you. Sorry, it lagged. I heard "what's this," and that was the last thing I heard.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I just looked up Tipster, and everything but Tipster's channel, including a video that Connor just put out with 240 views 40 minutes ago. Like even that sort of thing is getting prioritized ahead of him. His channel is
Does he
buried.
show up now?
No, not at all. I went the other day to look. I had to Google tipster YouTube to find him. Unfortunately for him, that came up. But on
No,
YouTube,
that's
it's
Omni.
impossible to find him.
So here's why that's happening. Tipster picked a very generic name. Tipster.
Right.
Linus Tech Tips, Tips. It's probably a word that's typed into YouTube a lot, which is why you get like raped with his videos. You know what I mean? Like you're sitting there, you're unsuspecting, you're not even aware of what you're about to witness, and you're like, "Oh, I heard about the recent XQC controversy. I wonder what happened." And you click on it, and it's like, "Hello, what's going on, guys? It's Tipster." You've been raped. You've been raped with Tipster. Okay, you didn't want Tipster. You weren't looking for Tipster, but you got Tipster because his name gets pushed to the top of SEO, right? Now, Tipster can't control that anymore because his channel isn't big enough. So all of this stuff gets prioritized. There's more money to be made talking about Tipster than Tipster covering trending topics.
Dude, he just made a video about Assassin's Creed Gone Woke 3 days ago. 1.1k views on 106,000 subs. Fucking hell.
I wonder what would happen because you can go to YouTube and you can intentionally not send your videos to your audience, right?
Oh, can you?
If I'm Tipster and I want to fix this, I uncheck that button. What that does is it throws you into recommended straight away. And if your audience hates you, that's your only chance to grow your channel is if you unclick that option and you start pushing it out to entirely new people and they don't send the notice. That's his only hope at growing an audience. And all those people are going to find the video, click on a random thing, and they're going to see Toastify, they're going to see Sensitive Society, they're going to see Omni. And this is like a bipartisan issue. You can watch Omni. I don't know. Did Omni make a video on this? No, that's just what people also watch. But you could watch like Lyrics, or you could watch like Connor or Big Bungie, or you could just watch creators that are more mainstream and not as edgy. They also hate Tipster. It's not a... There is no safe space for him of people that haven't defended either grooming in some capacity or lolicon. All of his friends like grooming or lolicon. Did you see the thread I made on this the other day?
No, what was that?
Oh, would you like me to read it? It's a pretty good thread.
Go on.
It's okay. Because I did a 1 year. I did a 1 year since Tipster's been gone retrospective thread on my private. Tipster left 1 year later. Tipster's own friends outed his sexuality. Keffals backstabbed Tipster in the Vosh drama. YouTube channel /Twitch /general relevance is at an all-time low. A trans /leftist member of Tipster's new community doxed him and how much he makes in a year. Tipster's current associates are comprised exclusively of people who have either defended lolicon, supported helping little kids buy unregulated drugs, or participate in false flagging campaigns, or some combination of those. Tipster's only debate was losing to food shops, an admitted pedophile. Tipster has quit streaming on YouTube in favor of Twitch because it's the only thing he can do to stop people from calling him a creep in chat. He's also been bullied into privating 3/4 of his YouTube videos, destroying his entire channel. His name now no longer appears in Google search results. Despite chain blocking, all of Tipster's replies on any given tweet are filled with people insulting him. He can comment on a video game and it's people calling him a pedophile. It's rare to find a tweet of Tipster's that isn't littered by hate. He's tried to move over to Blue Sky and then the platform died, which forced him to begrudgingly come back. How did it get this bad? People like Alex Gekmo, Spondile, random Augie chatters would just write to him and he'd have a mental breakdown. He couldn't ignore Salvo Pancakes, a person he himself helped create. Instead of working on reflecting and working on himself and saying, hey, I need to take a step away and really just figure out this whole YouTube thing. I'm getting way too worked up by what random chatters are saying. Tipster then chose to backstab all of his friends and then moved over to the Lolicon HRT factory. So that's what happened to Tipster in the last calendar year. I'm hoping next year is worse. I don't know how it gets worse than that. That's grim.
No, it's like you see the Titanic sinking, and he's gone, "Oh, that looks good. I'll have a bit of that. Let me hop on to the Titanic sinking and fucking."
Yeah, he was in the submersible.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could. I mean, I've kind of, moved in a different direction to see that these people are just dishonest and full of lies and all this shit. And he's kind of almost gone the other way. Like, the 2 cars passing me, and he's fucking latched himself. I mean, I was never, like, particularly close to Keffals, but he's picked, like, the worst possible progressive person you could to associate with, and now it's all blown up. And it just seems like he's hiding.
Hey.
He's hiding from it all.
Remember when Keffals called you a pedophile, and then you got on stream like a week later and said, "Hey, listen, I know Keffals does this, right? But look, we've sorted it all out. We're good. Okay, we're good." How come you didn't go even more aggressive on Keffals? Why'd you accept that apology, sir?
Because I was being too nice. I was being too nice and soy at the time.
Oh, okay. Now we can be too nice, huh?
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
I
It's
think
an L.
everyone makes these mistakes.
I'll take the
sometimes.
L. Yeah, of course. I recognise it was a mistake, and I've taken the L. So I'm too nice. I'm too nice too often. Sure, but then, there's a big difference between being too nice to someone and apologising and, covering for their misdeeds, which I've never done with Keffals.
Yeah, Keffals, dude. There was a second where I'm like, okay, maybe she genuinely made that mistake with chudlogic. She definitely didn't make that mistake with Destiny. That was on purpose. But after she called Keem a pedophile 62 times, I was like, no, that was on purpose. She called you a pedophile. There's no charitability there. She 100% hated you and called you a pedophile.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I feel very bitter now. I just don't really trust anyone, and I don't really give good faith. Well, I probably still do a little bit to some people, but yeah, generally speaking, if I try to keep people at a distance if I don't trust them, because you just end
Someone
up.
in chat
Sorry, go on.
said, oh fuck, where'd it go? I lost it. Damn it. I lost it. Never mind. Sorry. I totally just ruined your train of thought because I
No, it's fine. It's just I tend to have like a close group of people that I feel like I can trust, and then beyond that, I don't want, because people will try and leverage friendships with you to get something out of it, right? Like I've experienced this time and time again, where it's always a complaint about, oh, you said this in the thumbnail, you said this in the title, you said this about me. And it's like, yeah, because that's how I think about it. I don't want to have to sugarcoat stuff just because we've got a connection. And I think there's too much of that. Whereas with you, I feel like if we had a disagreement, I wouldn't have to do that, and I could say how it is, and we could argue about it and make content out of it, and there's no hard feelings.
We would have to. We would have to. Otherwise, that would be a fundamental flaw of my character with all the criticisms I've levied. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And I just, I feel like there's this issue where people, they want the friendship to not be an honest one. They want it to be fundamentally dishonest, where you cover for something they do. Or
pulling off that and finding the comment in the fucking thing. Someone just said, just defend no one else. Oh, would it be so easy? That's probably the correct situation. Because as you're saying, like, there is fundamental problems in this like online sector. And the vast majority of people that you interact with are terrible. Mm-hmm. So yeah, sometimes you have to be charitable for someone who's kind of shitty, because everyone's pretty shitty. There's not like a lot of mentally stable people here.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, it's true. But I just think you can just have it where you don't have all these kind of connections that don't really benefit you either. It's just that it tends to be just a weight around your neck when something happens, and it's like, oh, fuck's sake, this person's going to get annoyed if I criticize them in the wrong way, Yeah.
Yeah. No, I try to, I'm not compatible with those people, so we tend to fight and get on with it pretty quickly, right? Like, I don't know, if someone's going to have a huge hissy fit over something I say, we're obviously not going to get along for too long.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for coming on.
No problem, buddy.
I appreciate
you live to be chudlogic, or you go down like kick of nothing,
Very true. I appreciate that. Right, have a good one. I'll catch you later.
Peace out, buddy. Have a good one.
That was fun. That was a very ranging conversation, wasn't it? Touching on many different topics. I've already done the tips to stuff. No, I do understand. I do get it. I've got a trust issue. I've got paranoia and trust issues. Do you know when someone messages me, in fact, let me play this first, and then I'll explain my paranoia. Mike just sent it to me in a Discord message, so I don't know if it's out yet. But yeah, that was fucking top notch. That was brilliant.